So, you're planning for retirement, trying to do everything right. But what if I told you that I made 13 mistakes that delayed mine? And in this video, I'm breaking down each one and one mistake that could have set me back for years. You definitely want to avoid it. Hey friends, I'm Jason. I retired at 39 with a $1 million portfolio. Now that I'm a bit over 40, I'm sharing with you some of the wisdom that I've learned along the way. So, here are my top 13 retirement mistakes that I made and why you should avoid them. And I'll start with one that many people make, not investing in index funds sooner. See, when I first got serious about investing, I was all over the place. Expensive mutual funds, stock picking. Perhaps like you, I thought that I could beat the market. Well, turns out I couldn't. And eventually, I found out that index funds were the way to go. If I'd done that from the start, I'd be way ahead today. So live and learn, right? Next up is a mistake that still bothers me. That's not starting a travel YouTube channel sooner. See, I've been traveling for years, and if I started documenting it all when I first retired 8 years ago, I'd probably have a huge following and made a good chunk of change by now. So the lesson here is to start sooner. No matter what side hustle or business idea you have, don't wait for the perfect time because it doesn't exist. All right, now here's a controversial one. Are you ready? Not buying more Bitcoin. Yeah, I said it. See, I was one of those people who heard about it early. I discovered Bitcoin when it was about 12 bucks. And I was this close to buying $1,500 worth of it. And I told myself, well, if it goes to zero, fine. I can afford to lose that. But unfortunately, I only bought a tiny amount of it. And well, let's just say that those $1,500, well, it would have been worth millions today. So yeah, ouch. Still, the small amount that I bought, it's a nice cushion, but man, I could have been set for life. Now, I'm not advising you to go out and invest in crypto. My point here is that if you discover an opportunity and it doesn't take much to get invested in it, it could be one of those once-in-a-lifetime things that could potentially change your life. So give them a bit more consideration. And then there were times that I was too conservative. I chased dividend stocks and income-generating assets when I should have just put more money into index funds. Now, don't get me wrong, dividend stocks are great for certain strategies, but in my case, it kept me from capturing the bigger growth of the overall market. Another one that makes me cringe is bad business investments. See, before I quit my job, I started an online marketing side hustle. And one of the brilliant ideas that I had was buying a couple of very expensive domain names for way too much money. And I won't say exactly how much I spent, but it was a few $1,000s each. And they never made a dime. Now, thankfully, the business itself is done okay, but those domain buys, yeah, total flops. So mistake number 6 is that I've also been guilty of trying to time the market. Like a lot of people, I held on to too much cash at times, waiting for a dip or a crash that, well, never came. And while I was sitting on the sidelines, the market just kept going up. Lesson learned is that you can't time the market, and trying to do so only hurts you in the long run. Now, here's one that people don't talk about enough. Underestimating the social impact of early retirement. See, most of my peers are still working and raising kids, and without a job or kids, it can feel a bit isolating at times. That's part of why I love traveling so much. When I'm overseas, I meet people who share my lifestyle and values. It's a lot easier. Moving on, I also wish I'd started my side hustle sooner. If I'd done it just a couple of years earlier, I would have made more money and probably retired even sooner. So don't sleep on side hustles. They can make a big difference, especially if you start one before leaving your main job. This next one, well, it's a bit more personal, and that's wasting time in relationships with people who didn't share my financial goals or values. Thankfully, I'm fortunate enough to have eventually met my wife who's 100% on the same page as me. But before that, I spent a lot of time in relationships that just didn't align with where I wanted to go financially. And that was time wasted and money wasted. That brings us to mistake number 10. I didn't travel at a younger age, which is something that, yeah, I now regret. See, if I had traveled in my 20s or 30s, I think it would have pushed me towards a location-independent lifestyle much sooner. I found that traveling opens my mind and it would have been a great way to find inspiration for building an online income earlier. Retirement mistake number 11 was, like most people, I fell into the consumerist trap. I thought I needed name brand clothes, a fancy watch, the latest gadgets, you know the drill. Thankfully, I didn't stay in that mindset for long. But still, it's a mistake that I see people make all the time. You don't need that stuff, and it definitely won't help you retire sooner. Next up, I regret not starting this YouTube channel sooner. Just like the travel channel. There are so many people out there who share the same FIRE goals as me, and I know that my ideas and experiences could have helped them. Plus, on top of that, this channel has the potential to be financially rewarding to me as well. So it's a win-win that, yeah, I could have started a lot sooner. Now, before I get to my final and biggest regret, if you found any advice in this video helpful, please hit the like button. Doing so tells the YouTube algorithm to show this video to more people, and it shows that we're sharing the practical, no-fluff insights that you value. Now finally, the biggest mistake I made, not changing jobs often enough. I stayed loyal to my employers, but what I didn't realize until later is that changing jobs every couple of years can be the quickest way to boost your income. Staying loyal often means that you miss out on those big salary jumps that often come with switching employers. So if you feel like you're stuck or underpaid, don't be afraid to explore new opportunities. Sometimes the best way to advance your financial future is to take a leap into a new role or company. You might just find the opportunity that takes your career and your finances to the next level. So there you have it, my 13 retirement mistakes to avoid. Hopefully sharing them with you helps you avoid making the same ones. I'm curious to hear if you made any of these mistakes on your FIRE journey. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, my friends. See you next time.